So can you make a track using Ableton Live's inbuilt plugins and free sounds from the internet? Of course you can. And today I'm here to show you how I did it and how you can do it as well. Let's jump right into it. Hey, what's good you guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deep and this is where I do a lot of DJing and production related tutorials, tips and tricks to help you become a better DJ and producer. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So a few months ago, I made a cover track of Dance Monkey by Tones and I collaborated with an amazing artist. Her name is Anjali and we made a track together. And I was the one who produced this track. And this track was made entirely in my laptop using earphones, not even headphones, just earphones, and with the built-in plugins and free sounds and samples from the internet. So today I'm going to show you this project and I'm going to show you what all are the tracks in the project, what all are the sounds in the project, and how I use the inbuilt plugins to create the effect and process the vocals and process the sound, and then I sent it for mastering separately. So I'm going to show you my entire project file. So this video might be a little long, but I'm sure if you're interested in this art of production, you will definitely enjoy this. Let's jump right into it. Oh, and by the way, if you have headphones, I would recommend that you wear headphones because that is when you can hear the entire space around the track and you can see how some elements are placed on the left and how some elements are placed on the right. So wear your headphones if you have them. Alright, now I'm sure you can see the screen and this is how the project looks. This is these are the tracks here on the right and you can see that there are 28 tracks. 29th is the light and the MIDI related thing, so that I can have this, I can use my MIDI. But yeah, there are 28 tracks in this one track, and you can see that this track starts with an ocean sound. Okay, I'm gonna play the track from the beginning and this is how it sounds in the beginning. And then the piano comes in. Okay, so now I'm going to show you one track at a time. And the first thing that I want to show you is vocals. So as I said, Anjali, a great singer, she's the one who sang this song. I'm going to open the track and I'm going to play the vocals only.
Hey, oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Okay, and this has a lot of processing going on. I'm going to show you what all is the processing. Now, if you can see, there is the spectrum just to analyze the track, just to see how many frequencies and what are the frequencies in the track. And then I have three audio effect racks, okay, in which there are in which there are a lot of other EQs and parameters that I used. I will show you all of this later, but first I'm going to mute everything and then I'm going to play the track so you can hear it without any processing.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine.
So that's the vocal that I got from Anjali. She recorded this in her home studio. She was using a mic of her own and I think the Focusrite 2i2 sound card. So this is the sound out of that. Okay, so that's the first track, and then I have something which I called Vox Rex, which is basically nothing but the beginning of this thing.
They say
the word they. I took that word and then I added a whole lot of reverb and then reversed it, and then this is how that sounds. Okay, and when I combine this and this together, this is how it sounds. I'm going to add the processing. Check this out.
they say, oh my.
Okay, so it's basically like an intro to the vocals, and I like adding that to my tracks. I have them in separate places in the track. I will make you hear that soon. And then there is this third element of the vocals, which is nothing but her harmonics. She recorded them separately, and these are how the harmonics sound.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh.
That is for the left. So I have two. I have separated so I can have space in the track.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh.
Okay, and then when I add that with the original track, this is how it sounds.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh.
Okay, so that is how I can add several layers of vocals to make it sound a little more fatter, and with the adding of harmonics, it makes it a lot better. So that is how, this was Anjali's idea, and so she did this and she sent it to me. These are the 3 vocal tracks in the whole track, and then comes the piano. In the piano, you can see that the first piano line is the live piano that I played on my piano. Can you see my piano? There it is. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and by the way, there is a giveaway going on right now in my YouTube channel, and if you're interested to win a DDJ200 and a Sennheiser HD205 headphones, you must check out the link in the description. The giveaway is live and the winners will be announced on November 3rd, so you have time. Go ahead and enter the giveaway if you're interested to win them. Cheers. So this is the piano track. I'm gonna solo it. Okay, and then the whole piano was played. After that, I added some MIDI elements so that I can create a bit more flair to it. I'll show you what are the chords. These are the chords. And if you can hear the ducking, that is basically nothing but the compressor that I've added onto the, yeah, that's the compressor. See, check this out. It's basically just so that the kick and the piano doesn't play at the same time. So I added that to the piano chord. Apart from these piano chords, I also added some mid chords. So those were the low chords. I also added some mid chords. And in the mid chords, what I did is I added something like a delayed mid chord. So I played the keys twice, and this is how that sounds. I try to keep it as natural as possible, so I played it, because if I do this in the computer, it is gonna look very timed and very robotic. So I played it and then I added my own delay using my own fingers naturally. I didn't edit anything. So after you add that and you play them together with the chords of the low, this is how that sounds. Of course, the compressor is ducking, the sidechain is happening. Also, when I add the main piano line, which was played live on the piano, it's a Yamaha piano, so the sound is amazing. I like it so much. So this is like the main body of the track, and the vocals are the real deal. And this is how all of that combines and plays together. I'm gonna play the vocals and the piano. Imagine no drums in it, and this is how that will sound.
See you every time, and oh my, I like your style.
It still sounds amazing. I wanted to leave it this way, but then I was too interested to use my MIDI controller, so I added some beats. And let me show you the next set of sounds which are in blue. Okay, so the pink are the vocals, the white is the piano, and then the blues, all of the blues are my drum pattern. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drum elements. First one being the kick. Okay, and then you have the kick effects. Basically what kick effects is reverse kick, and this is how that sounds. I'm going to play that and show you. Basically just an intro to the kick, like how I did that with the vocals, reversed kick, reversed vocals, and then this is the reversed kick, and it comes right before the kick begins in the chorus and the pre-chorus. I will make you hear that. Then there is the clap. Okay, and then you have hi-hats. After that are 2 congos, left and right, one low, one mid on the left, and lows on the right. Then you have this something called as rides. I don't know what it's called, but I just call it rides. It's something like a hi-hat, and this is how it sounds. Okay, so I added all of these together, and I was usually just trying to attempt this pattern. The drum pattern goes something like this. Okay, so it's one kick, then the snare, then the hi-hat, and then the clap. But that was sounding too normal, so I added the congo. Then it sounds like this. But then I also wanted to add the clap along with it. So I'll play all of that together and then I'm going to make you hear how the whole drum pattern sounds. Okay, so I made sure that no two sounds are played at the same time except the congo and the hi-hat, because they are low and high. So when this comes, there is the hi-hat along with it. That is the high and the low, right? So the frequencies won't collide. And that is how the drum pattern sounds. Also, just to let you know, these are all free samples from Aaron V sample pack, which I got very long ago. I don't remember. But yeah, that's about it. And all of the blues are my drum patterns. And yes, so the congo, as I mentioned, the congo are on the left and the right. So this is the first one, which is on the left. And this is how that sounds, right? And there is no processing in any of this. The congo was kept as clean as possible. I always EQ all of my tracks. That's what I learned. That even if there are, like, for example, if I go to my hi-hats, there is only reverb added and then there is a delay added so that it sounds a whole lot together. I will play just the hi-hats and make you hear them. See? I'm going to remove the reverb now. And then I'm going to remove the delay as well. If I remove the simple delay, what happens is the hi-hats are right in the center, and I did not want that. I wanted the vocals to be in the center. I wanted all of these other elements to be in the overall space of the sound. So that one is on the left, one is on the right. I have moved it completely, one to the left, one to the right. But then to add this space, I added the simple delay with one even, one odd number. And then this is how that sounds. Combine that with the reverb, and that's how it sounds. I've done the same thing with the clap, and this is how the clap sounds. As you can see, just the reverb. I'm going to turn off the reverb. Reverb is off. Then on the left, I added the simple delay. Now it's in the center. The minute I add, it adds to the space. Okay, so these are just simple tricks that producers add to their tracks. Now, one thing to remember is that if I added the simple delay on the left channel of my clap, I made sure that I added the simple delay on my right channel of the hi-hat. Okay, so that is how it is evenly spread across the spectrum. And that's about it. I think kick processing, let me talk about the kick processing. It's just an EQ and a compressor in the beginning, and the compressor is also just limited. I haven't compressed my kick too much because it was already a very good kick. Let me make you hear the kick without any EQ and compression. This is the kick. Quite tight, quite hard. That is why I added some compression and I EQ'd the highs a bit out of it so that it doesn't collide with other frequencies. I'm going to play them with the EQ and the compressor now. Not many people can hear the difference, but the difference is there. Alright, so that is the kick. The kick effects, as I said, the kick effects is nothing but the reverse kick. This is how that sounds. Okay, but if you play them together with the kick, this is how that sounds. That zup, okay, and then this is how it sounds without. Okay, those are the kick effects. Then comes your clap. Clap, I'll just add the clap with this kick and then you can hear. Simple. Tick. Second kick. Oh, sorry, the clap is in the second beat. Then hi-hats. Simple. And then you have the congo. Okay, and then you have the rides, and this is how the ride sounds. Okay, I already showed that to you. Then those are my 21 tracks. Then comes the bassline. Again, bassline was also created by myself using the sub-sine bass, which is a part of the Ableton inbuilt plugin, and this is how the sub sounds. Very simple, just added EQ and compression. You can't hear this if you're listening to this on your mobile phone, so wear your headphones. Okay, this is how the subs the sound designers, and this is the EQ that I've added. And if you can see, I've removed the highs. So that is the thing. This is a tip for you guys. Any frequencies, sorry, any elements that you add, any sounds that you add to your track, even if just because it's a hi-hat doesn't mean that it doesn't have some kind of low ends. Maybe you can't hear, but you never know. So it's always better to remove all the other frequencies that you don't intend to put in the track. So in this is just a bass, so I made sure that most of the bass is audible, so I removed the highs.
Dance for me, dance.
Okay, and then compression with the sidechain, that's what I did to the bass. Then the last thing that I added was the synth pad. This is the 23rd track, and this is nothing, another very simple synth pad from, I think, the Ableton inbuilt plugin called the greatest pad, and this is how that sounds. Added EQ, as you can see, and compression. That is what is doing the sidechain. Now this again is the same chords in my track which I played in the piano, and I did not add the delay this time because this was going with the sub, and so I removed the frequencies which were very low. So I made sure it is coming somewhere in the mid and not in the high and not in the complete low. So it is like a low mid synth. It's the pad, right? And this is also from the inbuilt plugin, nothing else. All right, and then the bridge and the atmosphere. Atmosphere is basically just the ocean sound that you heard in the beginning. I'm gonna play that just to make it feel like a track which is tropical. This was the design of the sound. The sound color is all tropical, so I made sure that I added this oceanic sound in it. Then the bridge basically in between, somewhere over here, right? This is how the track sounds. This is what she did. I'm gonna play just the vocals so you can hear the bridge. Okay, and obviously this is also processed, and all of this processing is on. I'm gonna turn off the processing and then you can hear it. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on. Now this time I'm going to just play the bridge, just the bridge section. What I did in the bridge is basically I copied that, again separated that to the left and the right, and now you can hear the bridge. And then what I did is I added a sample delay so that it's again separated to the left and the right, along with the reverb and a whole lot of it, because this was the section which is going to take you to the end of the track. So if I combine this with the vocals, this is how that sounds.
You do it all again. They say dance for me, dance.
Okay, so as you can hear, the reverse of the woo and the reverse of the they say was also added. Let me just make you hear that again. I'm going to unmute everything else, and then just making you hear the reverse sounds. This is the woo. Okay, and that again reverb was added to it, and then the reverse. This is the reverse, right? They, the intro to they and the intro to woo. Okay, and if I play them together with the harmonics, this is how that sounds. One last time. Okay, and when you add the whole thing with the whole track, this is how it sounds.
And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again.
Okay, and the piano is really shining through over here, and also the clap. There's only one clap that is along with the piano and the vocals. I did not want to add anything else. Then I added the rides. These are the elements that really, you know, add flavor to the track. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna make sure. Okay, listen to the rides. Okay, this is the ride. I'm gonna play it and listen to it. Also, the placement was done in such a way that this doesn't collide with the vocals. So if you can see, this is the empty space and that is where the ride is. And again, this is the empty space and this is where the ride is. And then again, this is the empty space and that is where the ride is. And then that is how, you know, you can make sure that frequencies don't collide. And frequencies colliding is the reason behind tracks sounding noisy, which is not something that you want. Okay, so remember that. Don't add two frequencies of the same order in one place. Apart from that, that's about it. Now, with regards to the kick pattern and the drum pattern, I made sure that I remove a certain few kicks before every phrase that's normal. So when the chorus comes, right, this is the intro to the chorus of the ending. So if you can listen, these are the kicks. So if I play it from here, this is how it's. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. But to add like a drop feel, I added two extra kicks, one reverse and one normal. See. They say dance for me, dance for me, dance. So that is like an intro to the kick again. So I like doing that to my tracks. I'll make you hear them. They're all different in different places. So in the beginning, this is how it sounds. Okay, and then in the pre-chorus, 2. And then in the second chorus, this sounds a little different than that. 3 of them. So that is, and then the verse again. This is again different. All of them are different. And then in between, then the pre-chorus comes again. Just one more time. Ooh, I see you. So this is again different. And then in the ending again. Okay, so all these patterns are different with each chorus, pre-chorus, verse. Whenever any new element was coming in, or not an element, new phrase was coming in, I added these different elements with my kick pattern, which is something that I like doing. And in the ending, that's about it. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. And then I added the ocean sound again, so that people also leave the track with this. Again, this reverse is something that I reversed. So the first reverse was intro, and this is like the outro reverse sound, and then a whole lot of reverb to it, and that's how the whole thing sounds. Okay, now with regards to the vocal processing, I'm going to show you the vocal processing. It's a little complicated, too much was happening and I did not want to do it, but I added, this is like the only thing which is in the track, because apart from the piano and the kick and all of that, vocals were the real deal, and I wanted to make sure that the vocals sound amazing, and I made sure that the vocals are filled in the entire spectrum of sound in the atmosphere. So I will start with the first audio effect chain, and this is how that sounds. They say, oh my god, I see. The first thing that I added is the gate, because obviously she was recording this in her room. I'm going to turn off the gate, and you can definitely hear that she was obviously recording in her room. The sound of the fan, the sound of other things in the room can be clearly heard. I'm going to play this now. See? They say, oh my god, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. And then the natural breathing sound is also very clearly heard. So when you add gate, right, the gate, what the gate does obviously is that it removes all of those frequencies. You can set the parameters accordingly when you want to attack it. So I added a little bit of the gate, see. And if you can see, the gate is closed. When the yellow line comes, it means the gate is closed and it's not letting any frequencies above the minus 36 dB. See.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand.
Okay, can you see that? The grayed out ones are the ones that are being gated, are being not sent forward. So just added a bit of the gate. And then EQ. In the first chain, what I did is I removed the low ends because there were some humming, there was a humming sound in the room. So just that much is removed. And then I added compression so that a bit of the vocals can be pushed out in a whole complete way. I don't know how to explain this, but making it more full, I think. Okay, and then the main EQ of the intro or the first effect chain, and this is how that is. See.
Oh my God, I see the.
So what this first EQ does is I remove all of the frequencies that were peaking or any of these high points, high notes in the track were put down. So what this 2, 3, 4, 5 are basically the sounds which were pushing too high in the spectrum, in the frequency range. See.
Oh my God, I see you.
See.
Oh my God, I see you.
This one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. Okay, so these are the 4 frequencies that were colliding. After that, I added the glue compressor. Glue compressor is the same as the compressor, but this adds a little bit of the warmth to it, so I added that. Then comes the EQ8 again, which is what I did in this is after I added the compressor, there was some kind of a high end that was lost. So I added a bit of the high ends so that her voice has a bit more to it. I don't know how to explain that. And because of the S sounds, I had to add the de-esser. So I added the high frequencies and then I added the de-esser so that it sounds complete. See?
See the way you shine.
This is the de-esser, by the way.
The way you shine.
Any of the S's were removed after adding the compression and the EQ. It usually, whenever you try to remove a frequency, other frequencies are amplified. I told that to you in the past. Then the multiband dynamics is nothing but a fancy word for multiband compression, a combination of equalization and compression. So I added that to the ending after the de-esser.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
This again is not really required, but what this does is it adds compression to frequencies separately, if you can understand what I mean. And this is how it sounds without any of this processing. This is just the first processing, right? I showed you this is the first effect rack. See.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand.
And then I added the first effect rack very subtly, not too much. You should not do a lot to your vocals. If it is good enough, let it be as it is.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
This is after the first chain of processing. And the second chain of processing is basically adding the atmosphere, adding the room, adding or sending frequencies to, the space. I'm going to open it. I'm going to show you what all is there. First thing we have is the chorus. Listen to this. I'm going to play just the chorus. And when I solo this, right, what you can hear is just the effect that it is creating. Listen to it.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Very little. I only add this so that all the other things work well with it. So the second thing is compressor again, and listen to the compression this time, soloing it.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
And notice that I've sent this to the left a bit. Now, each of this is nothing but different types of delays after the compressor, the forest floor, oil barrel. All these things are the delay, right? So what I did is each effect that I added, I sent them either to the left or either to the right. I made sure that none of them are in the center, so that the center is the chorus. That is the main thing, okay? And then the first compression, which I just made you hear, is sent a bit to the left, and the volume you can hear that is -12, which is quite low, so that when that plays, it is not too much, it is not in the face, but it is present, and that's what adds space. So I sent the vocal a bit to the left.
Oh my God, I see the way you
Then I added a glue compressor to the right, and this is how that sounds.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Okay, so that is in the left, this is in the right. So when I play them together, this is how it sounds.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Okay, and again -8 dB, very less, so very subtly adding all of these things. Then comes the forest flow, which is a kind of a reverb, again inbuilt. All these plugins are inbuilt. Forest flow adds the reverb. Listen to just the effect.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Can you hear that only the highs are being used in this effect, so that the highs are sent in the reverb? And again, this is sent to the left, 16 degrees left, 16, I just call it degrees, but yeah, 16 levels left. And then again, -12 dB of effect only. Okay, and then the oil barrel was sent to the another reverb effect within Ableton was sent to the right. Listen to it.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
And this is for the low end. That was for the high end, this is for the low end. When I play them together, this is how it sounds.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Understood? So sending or separating your tracks is also essential. Then I added a bit of a flanger. I don't like using the flanger, but it was adding a very different tone to her voice, which I liked. So
Oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my
and that is the effect. The last thing is a quick delay, again just to separate it, one on the left, one on the right, and then this is how the delay sounds, just the delay.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Okay, so now when I add all of these together,
oh my God, I see the way you shine.
understood? So all of these together sound the way it is sounding right now. Again, all this is within the Ableton software, no additional plugins required. Okay, that is the second chain. I will also mute this for now, and then I'm going to make you hear the third chain. What the third chain is basically, now the first chain did all kinds of EQs and all of the compression was done in the first chain. The second chain, the delay and the the space was added, made some of the sounds go to the left, some of the sounds to the right. That was what was done. Again, as I said, when you are doing anything to the frequencies, if something is removed, something is added. So I added the same of the effects which were in the beginning. Again, in the end, I added the filtered echo room first, which is something like this.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
So only some of the sounds are echoed, okay? And then I added a bit of the reverb so that I can I'll just unmute so that you can hear. If I take this off, this is how it sounds.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
So I added a bit of the echo to that and then the reverb. So now the whole of the chain and the whole of the EQ that was done before this is being echoed out, and then added reverb was added. So this is how that sounds.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Now, as I said, after doing all of these, again a certain frequencies were peaking, the high points, those mountains were being dipped down. So that is why I added another EQ after all of the processing.
Oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your...
All those frequencies were going too high in the spectrum, so remove them, just dip them down a bit. Then added a de-esser because there was a lot of still coming through. It is also the problem with the mic that she was using. It's normal. It's not something that you should be worried about. But that is how that mic is designed to sound. So those frequencies were again removed.
Take your hand, my dear, and place...
Coming behind that was another glue compressor so that the whole sound is quite compressed and together.
them both in mine. You know yourself.
That is basically the most that I've done in the track, is adding this much processing to her vocals, and then when I play the whole thing together, right, this is how it sounds.
Both in mine. You know yourself. Me dead while I was passing by, and now I dance just one more time.
Okay, now this track is available for free download. I've also uploaded this on YouTube. You guys can listen to it and see the end result. I hope that you guys enjoy that. That's about it. That's all that is in the track, guys. There's nothing much that was done, just reverbs here and there. In the harmonics, again, as I said, vocals, adding a gate in the beginning. So that the first thing that I do is add the gate. Kick processing, not too much, just a bit of the compressor. Clap, I showed you the clap, sending it left and right, hi-hats left and right, adding a delay. Then the Congo, just the EQ, no effects to it. In the rides, reverb. And then the bridge, as I said, that was the thing which was adding you know, the drop, and then the not the drop, the, I don't know how to say that, breakdown, and then building it back to the ending, right? So that's why I added a lot of reverb there. Okay, and then obviously the atmosphere is just in the intro and outro. That's about it. And then this is the drum rack. I played that. And all of these lights are due to the 29th track, which is lights and MIDI. All these can be configured the way you like. I made a video, right? So I was recording the whole track playing live. So I added those lights so people can refer. So if you can hear, there was something that I did is when I play the kick, right? Only these lights will turn on. And then when I play the highs, only these lights, because the low and the high. And then the clap, it's coming like that, right? You do that. So that's how the lights come in as well. Okay, and then you have the left and the right Congo. When you play the left one, the lights go left. The right one, the lights go right. And then this is the reverse kick, and that's why the lights go like that. And then the rides. So those lights were just created according to the sound so that the video looks cool. Check out the video, guys. I hope you guys like that. And that's about it. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this little tutorial, not tutorial, more like an introduction to how you can actually use Ableton's inbuilt plugins to create your track. And all of these sounds were again downloaded for free online. All of this is available. The kick and the kick effects and the clap, hi-hat, Congo, everything was from Aaron V sample pack. Just Google it and I'm sure you can find it. Thank you so much, Anjali. She was the one who you know, came up with these vocals. It was amazing, and I got these vocals from her. I was so happy to know that, you know, she has a setup at home. Check out her Instagram, guys. I'll leave her Instagram account as well. She's a great singer. In the master channel, I don't think there was anything else, just a bit of the limiter. The utility was just so that I can increase the gain, but the limiter so that I don't clip, okay? Even the mixing, I can show you the session view, right? Even the mixing was done here, but the mastering was sent to somebody else so that I did not obviously have the monitors in my home at that moment. Oh, by the way, check those out. Those are the 2 new monitors at the back. I'm going to unbox them soon. So stay subscribed if you haven't subscribed, if you want to see the unboxing and review of those. That's about it. So guys, please, I hope this inspires you to create some music with the limited resources that you have. Don't think you need the latest and the greatest and the best things out there. You can do whatever you want to do with the track. If you want to, you know, make a track, just go ahead and do it. Don't wait for anything. Don't wait for you to get the best computer or the best sample pack or the best plugin or all of that, guys. Please just start and you will definitely be able to do something good with it. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video today, and I hope that you guys learned something new. If you guys did, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on that bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. That's been it. My name is Deep, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy to help.